It's another video where we're gonna learn all about shapes. To begin with, we have a circle that's attacking the triangles, or rather defending from the triangles. They quickly overwhelm me and explode me, at which point we reform. Every time I defeat one of these idiots though, I get a few points that we can spend on upgrades. I have 200 upgrade points already, it only costs 10 to upgrade the gun. So we're hitting these for 1 damage currently. When I upgrade the gun, they're still doing 1 damage. But I think it attacks, faster. So we're going to spend the remaining $200 we have on attack speed. And while that might not be the smartest use of funds, it is going to make me happy, and that's really all that matters. If there's one thing... Oh, and as I click, I can actually shoot a lot faster. I didn't know that before, but I did get an achievement for it. I miss a lot of clicking in games, which is strange because I am such a toucher overall. We've already saved up 700 points, so we're going to get more auto attack speed because I don't want to click forever. That already brought us all the way up to wave 5. We got 20 energy. I'm not sure what that means yet, but I'm sure it's used for upgrades. We've officially clicked 100 times. Enemies are definitely getting a little more swarmy. The triangles are also getting a lot quicker. They have more health and attack power. Wave 6, and we're destroyed. So we went back 1 wave. Luckily for us, we can upgrade our HP. For 150 more points, we could do that again and again and again. So now we have a lot more HP, and we can put the remaining points back into attack speed. So hopefully I can do less clicking and more anything else. This definitely seems like the kind of game an auto clicker would absolutely destroy. And then I can click on this, which is coaxing me into it to buy who knows what. So I can spend my lightning points on unlocking some of these things, like 50 of those can get a grenade, 20 of those can get burst mode, 100 of them can buy a sword, which I think I probably want, but just to be sure, we're actually going to read through this all. So I think we're going to take the sword. It costs 100. It's pretty expensive, but that's got to be worth it. It's like a windshield wiper that murders things. And we're getting new shapes. I don't even know what to call that one. It's like a jellyfish with short legs. I guess like a pygmy jellyfish. The enemies are getting closer again, wave 8, and we might be in a little bit of trouble. I wish the sword would move a little quicker. I can upgrade the sword though with regular money again, so we can spend all that, and it's now up to 1.35 attack speed, so at least it's moving quicker. And upgrading my regular cannon now also upgrades its damage quite a bit. Like if I do it again, it's going to go up from 110 damage, up to 169 in fact. That's actually a really big increase. So we got to keep riding this on. I feel like we're going to get a lot of upgrades and the numbers are going to get big. Wave 10 has a warning on because we're being attacked by tennis balls. Don't show my dog, he'll go absolutely insane. And we got absolutely wrecked there. So we clearly need more damage, but we do have $19,000, which can bring us from 169 up to 612 damage. We've killed 500 enemies officially. There's another pygmy jellyfish coming for us. Are we zooming out, or is it everything moving in that's giving an optical illusion? I don't know what to make of this, but we do have $30,000. Wave 10 is being defeated. Our attack upgrades are working. So we made $105,000. We're going to put that all into attack power and up to 3,300 damage. I don't think we need anything else. We just need 1 cannon and a whole bunch of clicking. We're definitely making a lot of money. I did see here that if I buy this, it costs 200 lightning points, but defeating enemies grants more gold. More gold is more good. And then we can also upgrade that. It's currently at level 1. So enemy gold can go all the way up to, well, we get an extra 30%, which is huge over the next 8 hours. Next, let's also make the projectile size bigger. Oh, and we unlock a new row of stuff as well. I do want probably piercing. That way the bullets go through things. I think these are all upgradable too. Oh, they're really expensive, so I should be careful what I touch. But we're also going to make projectile size bigger and then get right back to work. Basically, we need a lot of money and a lot of damage, just like any game we play. Completing a wave gets us a stupid amount of money. And I can actually upgrade that again already. There's an extra 5% gold on top of that. So currently my cannon is doing 99.1% of all the damage. The sword is filling in the rest. But the cannon is doing a lot of damage, so I think I understand. Wow, that tennis ball is actually strong. Alright, we've been defeated again, so it means we need more damage. So from 3,300 to 5,000 to 7,600. So we're doing over twice as much damage. While I'm at it, I think I'm going to spend $36,000 on sword upgrades. Basically, I want to try and increase the speed of that. So it's actually up to 5,500 damage at 1.6 speed. So it will contribute now. But I did also notice there was an upgrade here, 200, but automatically trigger a click at a fixed speed. And then I could probably upgrade that. So we're going to trigger a click at 6 times per second. That's mostly for when I inevitably let the game play itself while I drink a dangerous amount of coffee. I was still defeated on wave 18, so it pushed me back a layer. So we're going to upgrade our weapon again up to 11,600. And then one more time to 17,700. And then the sword a few more times to make it quicker and dangerouser. I just got a bonus of 117,000, I think, for finishing the level. We're coming up on wave 20 though, so that's got to be harder. Okay, wave 19 still defeated me, so I might need more HP, but also more damage. This one is actually still pretty cheap, so we're going to spend a few $1,000s upgrading our HP, so we have 100,000 HP. And I want more gold earnings as well, so we're at 40% gold earnings. Sword is going up to 20,000 damage at 1.8 speed. On to wave 20, which is going to be hard. We've got tennis balls coming at us already, and they're going to hit hard. They're definitely still destroying us basically instantly. So more damage for us, 40,000 from the cannon now. That scales quickly. They're sending in the sea turtles. You know they're trying hard because those are endangered. Okay, wave 20 again. They're also sending in sand dollars. There are a lot of sea creatures in this game. That's not a great place to have that. And we're dead again. But we are making money. Okay, health upgrades aren't super expensive right now. So we're now up to 700,000 HP. We have a little bit more of a fighting chance. Our gun is now up to 60,000 damage. So all throughout wave 20, I'm just going to rapid fire and hopefully kill. There's so many different shapes. I don't know what most of those do. Looks like we're able to take out most of them now. Sea turtle's dead. This is going to get dangerous for us. Oh, we're still going to get destroyed. Wave 20 is going to be a challenge. But we have 1.2 million here, so let's upgrade the sword speed to... It does almost 200,000 damage, and it's going quick. I'm going to spend the remaining $600,000 on my HP, so we're now up to, I guess, 7 million HP if I'm reading that correctly, which seems a little better. Not sure what those things are, but I think the sword just eliminated them. Okay, we got to start clicking. My hand is getting tired because I'm still manually clicking. Come on, sword. Do us proud. Okay, well, we're getting closer. Oh, we might actually have this because Sea Turtle's going to die and wave 21. So if we spend 300 lightning points, we can get something. Click to kill enemies will gain extra gold. So if I'm doing this, I should get extra gold. So we're going to upgrade that a lot because I do still manually click a lot. Maybe I also want a range turret. It seems like a summon. We'll spend some money on that because we can really afford it to make sure it's doing lots of damage and has health points. And then we're going to turn it maybe into a big summon for 300. Increases the size and HP of the summon, so we'll spend a whole bunch of money on that. Then we're going to increase the size of the sword by quite a lot, as much as we can. The extra size, extra damage, and then we're going to get right back to work again. I'm not yet sure how the summons work. I do have some very powerful summons somewhere. Not really sure how to actually use them. Okay, I think I have to unlock another slot and place it in there would be my guess. I can only have so many things going at a time. Now I understand. So I was smart at the beginning accidentally by not picking too many different things. Okay, I was trying to equip it and accidentally upgraded it a few more times. That's not going to be a big deal because now we got all these bullets around us. The tennis balls and things will attack them and destroy them, but I'm pretty sure they'll spawn fresh on every level and just help us out with some extra damage. So even with our 60-something thousand damage, we're still getting hit a lot by enemies. So we're going to upgrade again, 93,000 damage. The sword is up to 270,000. It's also just sort of dawned on me that my projectiles are supposed to be piercing by now. Oh, I need to stack it on top of other effects. I see. So I bought a whole bunch of different things to sort of work against each other. Although for 500 points, I can unlock a new skill. So once we get 500 lightning points, we're going to add the piercing effect. My turrets are actually doing pretty good. They're doing 30% of the damage currently. That's with only my sword going too, so they're doing plenty. Yeah, I did get over 500 points though, so we can go ahead and unlock our new slot and get a new ability. I'm kind of thinking the piercing isn't a good idea now. I think I actually want this instead, projectile size and attack. So we're going to go ahead and equip that on. And I think that will just automatically happen. And that will give us more damage. Piercing I realize might not help that much anyway, because I don't know for like how much those things are going to align. Okay, we just got some more points. I think I actually want projectile explosion instead. That seems like it's going to be better. So we're going to remove that and put this on once we upgrade it. Oh, it simply can't be upgraded. It's simply what it is. Okay, so now we should get some explosions going, which are going to give some AoE effect. I think we're getting pretty destroyed here on wave 26. We might be able to swing this. And we did it. Okay, just barely. I think we're pretty due for an upgrade to the regular gun. So it's currently at 93. Now it's 142. Now it's 214. 324,000 damage. I don't know if the explosion just matches the damage or not. Doesn't really say. Projectiles simply cause an explosion. It's not upgradable, so I assume it just matches the damage. It's sort of overwhelming with what I want to upgrade and what direction I want to go in. Because we could upgrade the sword more, but we could also make it bigger and add different additions to that. The sword by itself will just give it extra damage though for now. It's now up to 1.5 million damage. So whatever it touches, he's going to get real hurt, unless you're a sea turtle, because those are invincible. But luckily while we're doing this, we're making so much money in upgrades that we're just going to keep putting more points into everything and just getting stronger no matter what happens. And we can never have too much HP. 65,000, we're now at 102 million. Wave 28 absolutely destroyed me before, and now we've destroyed it. But the next wave I think is going to be a lot harder again, so more damage for us and the sword. Wave 29 definitely defeated us. but we're getting lots of lightning points. This sword will go up to 3.5 million damage now. Enemies are just getting so strong anyway that those big numbers aren't as impressive as they sound. Wave 30 coming up, so we're going to upgrade our attack in a big way. We're going to start clicking again rapid fire. Hopefully this is enough to carry us through. And not even close. So we're going to grind some more and get some more damage. We're also going to increase our gold intake. So as much as I'm enjoying the turrets, I think I'm actually going to remove them for now. We'll go back to them later if need be, because I can actually afford projectile bounce now. Projectiles can bounce between enemies, so that automatically went on. And if we upgrade that, it's going to get more range and bounce. And I don't know if that factors in with explosions, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, it seems we're getting chain reactions of explosions out there now, so that's going to be much easier. Things will touch me less. This is starting to get really addicting because I want to unlock more slots to make all these things more powerful again. Wave 30 is still going to give me some trouble for sure, because it's just a really, really hard wave to beat. But nothing a little damage won't fix. We just like quadrupled our damage out of our main gun, so this won't be a problem. Yeah, wave 30 seemed like it was going to be borderline impossible 5 minutes ago. Now we're making it look quite easy. These things might touch me for some damage, and we got it done. Wave 31, $333 million in the bank. So more gold, and more damage. So now my next upgrade might be more projectiles. If I can get more projectiles, that would be better because we get this effect essentially doubled. So speaking of which, since we're destroying things out there and the sword isn't really doing much for me right now, maybe it's time to try something like the Gatling. That does cost 500 points just to unlock, but we're also firing a whole bunch of projectiles. We're going to upgrade that as much as we can because we have 120 something million dollars. Hopefully this is good. For the amount of money we just spent, it better be. I don't know if the Gatling is going to cause explosions, but it is firing a lot of bullets out there, and that's just going to help sort of ease the burden of everything. And that's good because I feel like by the time anything's close enough to get touched by the sword, it's just hitting us anyway, so we don't need to worry about the sword. We just need to fire more projectiles that just beat me. Projectile bounce is getting upgraded, and so is the Gatling gun. I just finished wave 36. Wave 37 is definitely going to be difficult. Sometimes it feels like the Gatling gun isn't doing much, but it is doing like 30% of our damage overall. And I feel like if I upgrade that a few more times, that number is going to increase. Yeah, now it's almost 50-50 really, so that's doing a ton. But wave 37 is going to be a problem. Let's upgrade the main gun a few more times. So that's going to tilt the balance back into favor of the main gun, but so close. We're now up to 21 million damage with the main gun as well, so that's huge. Grinding through wave 36 again because we keep dying, but I've unlocked the 2500 lightning points. I need to unlock this. So for now, I'm just going to put projectile size and pierce down there. Projectile size rather. That's just going to make them a little bit bigger and also do a lot more damage, I believe. And we can spend some money increasing that, which made level 37 go down much easier. Even wave 38 behind it is also going down fairly quickly until that happened. I do think I want to try and fire more projectiles probably. There's a lot of different things here we could go for. I do want to try the amount. So we're going to unlock that for only 200. We're going to remove that and we'll slot that in there because now we're firing this many projectiles at once. And those are all exploding bouncing bullets as well. So that was a really big upgrade for us. Now we're tilted in a balance of like this is doing up to 80% of the damage. And aside from that, I can also turn this up to 32 million damage per bullet. So we just had a 50% increase again. So now I'm kind of feeling like the minigun and everything is kind of redundant. We should just go all in on our main cannon because it's clearly working very well for us. So here's wave 40, which should be very, very, very difficult. We'll see if we can get through it as it sits. If not, we'll add a few upgrades, maybe removing the minigun. But currently, yeah, this main cannon is doing 93% of our damage. First things first, its damage is now up to 118 million per shot. We'll also increase our gold intake. But this main cannon upgrade might have been enough to carry us through 40. But I just gotta add the right upgrade to it now, and I feel like it'll take us much, much, much further. Because wave 40 is suddenly going down fairly easily. Yeah, that was much, much, much easier, and we got a big reward for it. I wonder if we get split fire projectiles in the opposite direction. That's fairly cheap. We don't get a lot in the opposite direction, but with a few upgrades, we sure can. Alright, so even more projectiles again. They do bounce between enemies as well, and eventually I think we can actually have them bounce off the edge of the map too, so they'll just stay on the screen for a while. Should be easy. And now with these upgrades, we are just tearing through the levels, and we can still upgrade the damage. We're at 278 million, now we're at 425. Wave 46 is where it feels like it's starting to slow down just a little bit. Wow, that thing like one-shotted me. We're gonna need more damage or more toughness, and I generally choose damage. So more projectiles. Also more damage, 425 to 650. Our damage just went up a lot again with those two upgrades. Now carried us through to wave 48 now, which is the new record. Damage is going up to 995. 1.5 millions. I think that's 1. 1.5 billion, rather 1500 million. So yes, that should be 1.5 billion damage, and that's going to go up to 2.3 billion. So we're collecting lots of money, but things are getting very strong. Wave 50 absolutely destroyed us, so we'll get more gold in intake. Even with all these upgrades, yeah, Wave 50 is kind of destroying us, even though I just upgraded my health to 110 billion as well. Luckily, we can just sit back and continually upgrade damage. That took us up to 5.4 billion. And with that, we actually managed to complete Wave 50. Okay, let's upgrade damage again. 5.4 billion to, wow, look at all that damage. 30 billion suddenly. On top of that, more ricochets too. So we should be good for another wave or two. And if that's not enough, even more damage. I think that's 44 billion. Also, currently my DPS is 224 billion. If I touch that, 340 billion. It goes up so much with every touch. It's getting pretty crazy because I've got $800 billion in the bank and I can't afford the upgrades yet. Just managed here, so $160 billion on my main cannon, which might not actually be enough to carry me through this because that thing one-shots me. So we'll add a little bit more HP. 3.2 billion isn't enough. With a few clicks here, now we have 17 billion. Wave 59 is definitely intense. It's going to defeat me because I can't. Oh, I can defeat that. Wave 60 is going to be really, really hard though. But we'll get a good reward for beating it. It'll just take a minute. But we can fire more projectiles, get an extra bounce, and more damage again. So now wave 59 is super easy. Wave 60 probably still going to stop us. But that's nothing a little damage upgrade won't fix, and maybe a little more HP. Damage, by the way, we're currently up to 1.8 trillion DPS. And it might be enough to carry us through this. Come on, kill the tennis balls. Yeah, we made it. Wave 61. We're getting closer to being able to unlock our next thing. We'll fire more projectiles and make more money. Oh, also more damage by a lot. Yeah, DPS just jumped up to 6.5 trillion suddenly. Once we completed wave 60, we got a big bonus. Spending trillions of dollars per upgrade at this point, but our damage is going upwards more and more and more. Okay, we're gonna upgrade damage again because these devils are starting to destroy me again. It's crazy because we get so strong and then 2 waves later we feel very weak again. We're just about to push to wave 68. A little more damage is gonna help. That was just a 50% DPS increase for that one upgrade. So wave 68 looks like it's coming to an end as long as that thing doesn't kill us, and it might. Nope, wave 69. But we've also got the points we needed finally, 12,500 lightning points, so we get a whole other slot. Should we try all projectiles get precision targeting? I kind of want to try that. That's got to be good. It's not upgradable, so hopefully they all focus in on, yeah, individual idiots to hit them for more precise DPS. I'm not entirely convinced I'm going to love that upgrade, but we'll see how it works. There's lots of other ones we can easily replace it with. It definitely is more efficient firing. Like, there's no more lost shots that go in between. They go straight to an enemy, then straight to another enemy from that enemy. I feel like this upgrade is better for lots of enemies, but against single enemies, I think it's actually lacking. I think the bullets might actually be stacking and only count as a single hit on some of the enemies, because like, against single things, it seems to be much harder to kill them before this thing would have been melted. Like, he might actually defeat us, and this is only wave 67. So we're going to remove that and replace it with something better, like boundary bounce. So now they bounce off the edge. So the bullets are less wasted again, simply because the bullets don't disappear right away. They have a fighting chance to return, and so far so good. Yeah, this is much better. Now when enemies try and get anywhere close to me, they get hit by 6 or 7 bullets all in a row, and they absolutely melt. I'm also up to 2.8 quadrillion HP, so that'll hopefully carry me through. This is wave 69. Well, wave 70, however, still absolutely destroys me. But I can turn the damage up to, that's another 50%. Still getting destroyed, but we're definitely still getting upgrades. Lots of money. So that's going to add another projectile. That's going to add more money. And another 50% addition to damage, which still wasn't enough. So let's add another 50% damage again on top of that, which seems to about have done the trick. This is wave 70, and so far the enemies can't get close to us yet. There we go, wave 71. $625 trillion in the bank, so we'll get an extra projectile, extra money, and that's it for now. With those, we were able to make it to level 74, but no further. But we're making tons of money for these. And we can turn the DPS up by another 50% again, which might carry us through 74. Turns out it didn't, but look at all the money. And we can also spend 500 of our lightning points to automatically upgrade upgradable modules. We're going to unlock that, and I think I'm actually going to take off Explosion and put that there. I don't know if Explosion was conceivably doing much at this point. We're firing enough bullets that I feel like we're getting plenty of AoE without the explosive effect. Things are touching me a little bit more now, but I think we're going to be okay. Yeah, so the explosions were making a great deal of difference. Now, the reason I swapped out for the automation is because I'm going to let the game run like this with the auto clicker for a long time. Something might light on fire and burn my house down, but I think it's worth it. Then in like 10, 12, 15 hours, we'll come back and see the results and get big upgrades. Many hours later, we're back and on wave 96. We've also got 37,000 Qs, which I think means quintillion dollars. So I'm pretty confident that with a few small changes and us clicking, we can push this well over wave 100. The first thing we're going to do is remove automation and replace it with something much better. The first thing I'm going to add is an area weapon. So that's simply going to give me an area round that's going to do a lot of damage. We can upgrade it an awful lot of times with all of our money. And it shows how much money we have because we're now spending $424 trillion per upgrade, and it's not really actually making my money move. But aside from that, because of all of my lightning points, we can afford yet another slot, even though they cost 62,000, and we can actually afford the next slot again after that. So we're going to get a lot more weapons. So with our new magic circle, let's also make that bigger, and then we can also change it to do poison damage as well. Both of these are going to get upgraded a lot. The more we upgrade it, the bigger it gets. So we're going to use circle power, and then we're also going to use our projectiles a lot. Alright, so let's see how this goes now. Anything that gets within that circle should be taking massive amounts of damage, and then they're also getting projectile the whole time. So wave 96, those things are all dead. Wave 97, this will make a big difference to our DPS. Wave 97, we just got through with taking quite a bit of damage. So I'm not confident yet we'll hit wave 100, but we'll get there. Our DPS at this point is 7,500, I think, quintillions. It's a very big number. I'm not sure I love the circle at this point, so I'm actually going to try something different. We got lots of points to spend, so let's remove all of the circle stuff. And we can buy Annihilate for 1,000. Ranged weapons instantly kill low health enemies. That's just going to get them right out of the way. Will instantly kill enemies with less than 15% health so far. And it's also put explosions back on, and maybe knockback as well. If we have knockback, that'll hopefully keep enemies back a little bit so they can't reach me, at least the ones that get close. So far they seem to be sitting along the edge of the level, so that feels good. We should be insta killing lots of them. If they drop below 20% HP, they're dead. And they said I'm not capable of learning. Wave 98 is going down fairly easy at this point. All the projectiles are keeping them back. Although I will say we're still on wave 98. These enemies are strong. They're absorbing a ton of damage. We finally broke through to wave 99, but that did take forever. These are definitely really strong enemies. If it wasn't for an auto clicker, I would not be getting away with this right now. Okay, looks like we have one enemy left that's going to die very shortly because he can't get anywhere near me because of the knockback effect. Wave 99 will be done, and then we'll get a big reward for hitting level 100, obviously. Finally defeated that thing. Not sure what we got as a reward other than an achievement, but that took forever. So I get the sense that progress is really slowing down, and these guys are actually even starting to push in towards me, even with all this damage. But I did notice way back on wave 50 that we could actually do Ascension. Choose power, try again. You lose all your golden modules but keep half your module growth along with all your energy and module slots. And I think we're going to have to do that to actually make any progress. So it looks like now we get to pick a new power. We could get 100% extra damage, I think, because we made it to wave 100. Range weapon attack speed could go up by 100%. Damage 100%. There's an armor module. Click damage 100% is also interesting. But I think that just straight up 100% damage is probably the best overall, because that's 100% damage to everything, I would assume. Now we can spend the energy that we had was 147,000 to permanently unlock and upgrade modules, so we get to pick whatever ones we want. So we could have permanent upgrades to many things. I got to be careful with how expensive those get. But we're going to do this with extra damage, so I'm going to pick some of the ones we already had. I'm going to be careful about how much we spend on them, obviously, but then we should be able to make progress very quickly. So now starting out way back on wave 1, we've got a lot of damage going out already. Our DPS is currently 2,424, and that's only going to go up. And we still got some extra spaces. I'm going to unlock Golden Hand. Click to kill will earn me extra gold, so we're going to spend all the money we currently have on that. I'm going to turn off Annihilate simply because we don't really need it right now. What I am going to get is Automation, and that's going to sit in there, so we're going to automatically upgrade anything we can afford. So now we can just sit back and relax and let the auto clicker do the work and come back at wave 3000. And our beautiful auto clicker has carried us all the way to wave 129, which means our DPS has turned into 538 sextillion, maybe even septillion. And we've continued on to the dangerous wave 130, where we're still actually making progress, at least until we get absolutely destroyed by a single enemy. But we did make 129, so that means we can prestige again, because we can make it back here in like 10 seconds. We have unlocked a few new things. I think the one I want is going to be click damage plus 100%, so we're going to go ahead and add that on. So now I should have 200% damage. And then I just add my additional gold earners plus automation, and I let the auto clicker do the work again for a while. We should get through the waves in no time at all. This took longer than I expected, but we're back up to wave 119 and curiously spinning our wheels at this point. I think we need to let the game grind itself up some upgrades to make it back to 130. So instead of letting the game grind, let's just ascend again. What we can do next is ranged weapon attack speed plus 100%. And I also need to unlock these and get the permanent versions of them so that we can make this all a lot faster. And then get right back to work. Wave 130 coming up. Okay, so we've again built it up to wave 128 and we're still feeling a slowdown. So we've got more prestiges to do. But that's okay, I've got time. See, here's when it's really gonna come in handy. After each revival, attack plus 1%. We die like a billion times, so we're gonna get a billion extra percent. So we start again, and we'll just keep going and going and going. Now the game can play itself forever. So the Phoenix perk is currently giving me 68% extra damage. That means we made it as far as wave 146. And we can push at as high as wave 148 before being defeated. And our DPS at this point has climbed up to 2,000 Octillions. Now I do want to push it over 150 because I feel like we'll unlock something good, so I'm going to take off automation because I'm here anyway. We're going to add the laser in that spot, and we're going to spend a lot of money upgrading it. And I'm also going to take off the golden clicking thing. We'll still make extra money, just not quite as much. And we're going to put the Gatling gun back in. So we're going to buy a lot of points for this as well. So I'm hoping that by adding 2 full extra weapons, it can carry us through wave 148. That one doesn't count. But we should be doing considerably extra damage. So currently our main gun is doing 100% of the damage. The other two are less than 0%. So these extra weapons might not actually make any difference whatsoever. They did not. Not a single bit. So instead, we're going to use the Annihilate perk plus Piercing. I don't know if Piercing is going to be good or bad for us. Normally, we like the knockback. Piercing might make the knockback not work, but we're going to try. So far, we got instantly destroyed as soon as something touched us. But if I equip projectile size, we'll go from 2,000 O damage to 4,000, so that effectively doubled our damage. Aside from that, I've added circle fire. Every 7 projectiles fired, 45 projectiles will be fired counterclockwise. So that just means even more bullets getting out there, which is kind of the key to our success. We're firing so many bullets that the sound actually broke. I didn't actually adjust anything. The sound is not loving the amount of bullets. And that extra DPS seems to be working for us. We finished 148. It's all about problem solving, or whatever it is we're functionally doing. So wave 149 looks like it's going down pretty easily. Would love to hit 150 and defeat 150, but that might be asking a lot at this moment. 150. We were defeated on 150, but that's not the end of the story because we get to respawn. We get an extra 1% damage from that, plus we get to upgrade things down here. So it took like 2 or 3 minutes to go from 2,000 Octillions to 14,000 Octillions in damage. And those upgrades are enough to carry us through wave 150, which means we should have unlocked something new in the prestige menu. So that actually carried us all the way to wave 155, but I think we're overdue to prestige. Yeah, we're gonna take this. We fire lots of explosives anyway. That's gonna help us in a big way. So we'll let the game play itself again up to wave 100 and whatever. So I've currently been at this for hours and hours and hours. The Phoenix perk is currently giving us 375% damage. Our DPS is 2,728 decillion. So let's switch some of our perks back to more damage and see just how far this can carry us. It was projectile size and that one. And then to buy just a few upgrades. And then we're going to turn the auto clicker on and see just how far this can carry us. It's a good sign that all the sound is leaving me. It's got a very muffled sound. It occasionally pokes through like that. So even after all of this time and effort, all the hours, we still can't make it past wave 168. We are making this incremental progress at this point. But I've had my fun. We push numbers into the decillions or undecillions even, which is a really, really, really big number. And I need to move on to the next video or I'm never going to get anything else accomplished in my life.